Hello guys, welcome to my channel. It's Kay from The Paper Shed. Hope you're all doing well. I'm here today with a fabulous collaboration from Mandy at Sunflower and Doors and Julie from Julie's Papercraft. It's called Out with a Bang, the Last Days of Summer. So please come along for the ride to a fun-packed August with some amazing creators. Each day from the 1st to the 31st, a new creator or two will bring you a video with their makes using their prompt for that day. There's a YouTube playlist which will be updated daily, and I'll list that down below. We hope you'll all join in the fun, and for those that do, please make sure you use the hashtag #JJIIOutWithABang in any of your postings so that we can all follow along. There are a few themed kits available throughout the event, but it's really not needed. You can play along with whatever you have to hand. If you want any of the kits, details are below, along with the discount code for the whole month of August, there will also be freebies in the group Junk Journal Ideas and Inspirations Facebook page for you to use if you choose to join in. The 50% discount code for either kit is OutWithABang50. So let's get started. Today's prompt is vintage meets grunge. Not sure about the grunge, but we're going to give it a go and see how we get on. So I've decided to do this fabulous, I don't know what you call it. It's a travel notebook, journal, folder, all in one. It's got lots of pockets. It actually originates from Sam Calcott at Mixed Up Crafts. She did one of these many years ago now. I came across her video several months ago. I decided to do one because I moved to Qatar 18 months ago, and I thought, what a fabulous idea. So let's take a look. So it's just really a couple of pages with some nice pockets in where you can keep all of your, stuff that you want to collect. Tickets, I've got a favourite tea bag there. I've got concert tickets, airline tickets, all different stuff that is related to Qatar. I've got a little plastic wallet folder here which has got some photos in and some other bits and pieces that I get from the kids, which is great, and a notebook at the back to make notes, drawings, whatever it is that you want to do along the way. So I thought we'd do a version of this in this beautiful poppy design, which is the kit from Mandy from Sunflower and Doors. Beautiful, beautiful kit. They both are actually. This is so bright and energetic and lovely, but because my prompt was vintage to grunge, I'm going to have to see if I can do a grunged up version of this. So let's get started and see how we get on. Okay, so for video purposes, I have cut all of the pieces out that I need for the memory file folder. I have used craft card for mine. You can use whatever you've got at hand. You can use cereal boxes, packaging, card, pattern card, plain, whatever you want, coloured card. It's up to you. This project is quite versatile. You can decorate it the way you want to. The inner sides, which is your pages, your pockets, and a couple of spine pieces that you need for a plastic wallet, they're all single craft card. Now I've used, I think it's a 220 card, and it's more than substantial enough for the inside. For the outside, however, this is for your cover piece. I have doubled up on the craft card, so all I've done is sandwich two pieces of card together to create my bases. They need to be a little bit more flexible. Just remember when you come to do this, that's the height, so it will be that way, and that's the height, so that will be that way. Your card does have a roll factor. It's a bit like fabric and the way that cuts. Now if I did it this way, see, this doesn't bend, it cracks and creases. This way it actually does work, so just check that when you're actually doing it, when you're actually cutting it. So you want two pieces for the base, which are 8 3/4 by 8 1/4. I did have to use 4 pieces of craft card just for these 2 pieces. The rest of this is cut out of another 3, I think it's 3 pieces. So you're going to need 7 pieces of card. So if you are using coloured card, you just need to make sure that you've got enough of the coloured card in the right colour. So okay, so for the base, we're just going to put an inch pencil mark down here. So I'm just going to mark the top and the bottom at an inch and draw a line all the way down there. Okay, then just I've rounded the corners on either end. So from where you're going to join it, this just helps with direction when you're coming to put it together and everything, if you just want to round your corners. I find rounding the corners on these sort of things is better, just because obviously when they're like that and you're travelling with these things, they can get bent and stuff. So it's just easier. So for the insides, we have 2 pages. These pages are 8 1/4 by 5 3/4, just single card. And okay, so with your 5 3/4 at the top of your board, we're going to come down 1/4 of an inch all the way down that side on both of those pages. If you're doing a plastic pocket, then you just need the 2. If you're not doing a plastic pocket, then you're going to need 3 of these and 6 pockets, but we'll go through that in a sec. Sam, when she did her plastic pocket, they were the right size for her travel journal. So I couldn't get any of those, so we're going to have to make one. So I'm going to show you in a minute, once we've done all the scoring, how to do that. So your inside pocket, which is next, which is 8 3/4 by 3 inches. This is the one that goes on the inside of your cover. So on the 3-inch side at the top of your board, we want to come down at 1/2 inch, okay? And turn it around to your 8 3/4 side, and we want to come down 1/4 inch on that side, and then at 8 1/2 on this side, and that should be your pocket done. On your page pockets, these all need to be 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. These are going to have a concertina edge to them so that they pop out a little bit from your page. But we'll go over that in a sec. So if we put the 4 1/2 to the top of your board, we're going to come down at 4 and then turn it around so your 6 1/2 is at the top. We're going to do 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch and a 3/4 inch on this side, on your left side. On your right side, you're going to come in at You're going to come in at 5 3/4, 6 and 6 1/4. Okay, and you're going to do that on all 4 pockets. If you're having 3 pages, you need 6 pockets. So 4 1/2 side, 1/2 inch on the bottom, turn, and then 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and a 3/4 inch. And then on the other side, it's 5 3/4, 6 and 6 1/4. Okay, just going to do those. Okay, and then these 2 pieces are to attach your plastic wallet. One piece is 1 1/4 by 8 1/4, and the other piece is 1 inch by 8 1/4. And what we're going to do on this side is on your 1 1/4 inch, we're just going to mark 1/4 inch down there. And that's it for those. So all the scoring's been done. I can pop that away now. Okay, so let's move on to the Polly Pocket. Now I'm just making mine out of a very clear. These ones are completely clear. You can, if you've only got the opaque ones, they're fine to use, the same. You won't obviously see what's inside it as clear, but I mean, you just got to use what you have. These are all I've got. So I've made a small adjustment because I want my, so what I've done is this is my pocket, and I've just cut the bottom off at 5 and a half. I think it's a half, 5.5. Let me just check. So I cut it at 5.5. I did that because I made the initial one 6, and it doesn't lie in my file folder as flat as I'd like it to. So I'm just going to make mine at 5.5. So the original sizes were 6 by 8.25. So I need to take off a 1/4 inch up the top there. You can do this on your cutter, or you can do it with a knife and a ruler. I don't mind using the cutter. So just line it up there. I've got it at 8.25, and I'm just going to slice that off. So that then will become my opening. So the opening that you've created, you've got a piece that opens like this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting it round the right way so I don't forget where to put my spines for this. Okay, so we've burnished that in. Now, because it's only 1/4 inch, unfortunately I don't have any 1/4 inch tape, and it's the only thing that I've found that you can use to attach to plastic. So what we need is, I'm going to just use glue because this part is the part that's going into the book. So that's not so bad, but you will need tape for the other side. So you need a piece of tape so that this can be fitted onto there. And then on this inch piece, you need 2 pieces of tape, 1 either side. And that's going to then go over the top to create your little spine. And then that piece there is what's going to be attached into your file folder. Okay, so that creates your pocket. It doesn't affect the opening because both sides are not stuck down. So the width of the opening is still the same, which is quite a good thing. So that's what we do next. So you get your tape on, and then what we'll do is we will get the pokey tool, take this off, and then from the top, it doesn't matter if you go in a little bit, you just want to get it as straight as possible because it does kink otherwise. There we go. And then this piece is going to sit on the top of that. If I can get it off, bear with me. So this piece, I'm just turning it round just for ease. You want it to sit next to your score line, but not over it. And then you're going to put that down like so, keeping this as flat as possible. Okay. There we go. And there's your pocket page. So let's burnish that down so that it's all nice and stuck to the plastic. And then when we come to open it at the right end, you see your pocket is still open here. Okay, so you still get that sort of size pocket all the way down by putting it on that way. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to move on to attaching the two base pieces so that we can get those sort of curves in the right place. So we need to attach that to that. I am just going to use glue. I'm going to use Collab, but only because it gives you wiggle room. You want it all the way down there, just in this inch mark here. And you are going to need to leave that to dry before you mess with everything. Okay, so I'm just going to wiggle that about a bit so it's on both pieces, and then line it up with that mark. So where you did your pencil line on that piece, you're going to put this one on the top. And what I'm going to do to save it from wiggling around is I'm just going to get a couple of bulldog clips and I'm just going to hold those in place. I'm just going to hold those two ends in place and leave that to dry for a minute. Okay, we'll move on to our burnishing. Just do these two page parts. So again, all of these go in to and attach to this, so you don't really need tape on these. We can use glue, which is what I'm going to do. So there's your 3 pages all ready to rock. Okay, your inside pocket, we're going to do what we always do with pockets, and that is just cut those edges off, and then we're just going to burnish those up. And over. Once you get going with it, it does actually come together quite quickly. And we're going to burnish these pockets. Now, with this one, instead of cutting it at an angle, we're actually going to cut the straight up and straight up. So you're actually cutting out the score mark on each corner of your pocket. And I'll show you why. And it's because what we want to do, let's burnish that bottom piece up. And then with your side pieces, we want to fold the furthest one into it, then out, then in. Okay, burnish those down as we go. Because what we're going to do with this is we're just going to glue those ends, and it just helps with the pockets. It makes them a little bit more sturdy, and it doesn't get in the way of popping things in there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of glue. We're going to come onto your bottom flap. We're just going to put a little bit of glue there and a little bit of glue there. And then we're going to hold that concertina down and bring it up and hold it. Same on that side, bring it up and just hold it for a sec, just until it's caught. If you want to, you can stick a couple of clips on. Just until that's glued, and you want to do all 4 pockets exactly the same way. And what it does is it just helps you have a guide down here, so it just this doesn't get in the way of popping things in and out of your pocket, which is helpful. So we're going to do all 4 pockets the same. Okay, so I've got all the pockets all glued ready. My pages are ready and my other bits are ready. So what we'll do is I'm going to go away, and because what I've decided to do, although I left the other one just craft card, I've decided I want to lighten up my page so that we can see, because I'm going to be decorating this one a lot more than the other one. But I just want to be able to see a little bit better the pattern and do the paper some justice. So I'm going to go away and I'm just going to glue these bits on my pages. I'm leaving my pockets because I'm going to put something across the pocket. But before we can put the pockets to the page, I need to just cover them. So I'm just going to do that. You don't have to do this stage. You can leave it as craft. You can add your pattern papers now if you want to, if that's what you choose to do. Just remember that if you're going to put anything on the page, that you need to do that before the pocket, because of where the pocket sits on your page. It can't sit right up to the score line, and it doesn't sit right to the edge. It's got to go in the middle to enable your concertina to work and for it not to catch on the other pages. So at this point, whatever you choose to do with your pages, you need to do before you attach your pockets. So we'd go away and do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done those and inked the edges so that you haven't got to sit boringly and watch all of that. We're now going to get our base piece, and I'm going to stick these in. I'm not going to cover the inside of my base piece, and I'm not going to do the outside. I'm going to leave that as craft. So I'm going to put the first page in. I'm going to use art glitter because it glues quicker or sticks quicker. So you just want plenty of glue all over that 1/4 inch spine bit. Okay. And then where you can see your join, we're going to start right there. So we want to put it sort of in the middle. So top and bottom about equal amounts. And just stick that in there. Okay, burnish that down a bit. I've always used half inch glue marks, but I've stuck with what Sam did, just because it actually worked for her. So I want to burnish that right in there. I'm going to get the second piece and do that one. Probably better if I do it like this. I am putting plenty on because I don't want it to come off. Because you've got to think, you've got to fill your pockets. Okay, cut on your finger down there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to follow your first spine, and you're going to buff that up to that one there. Line it up and just butt that right up to that bit there. Burnish that down nice and flat. Open it up. And burnish that in. And then your last one, which is your plastic wallet or your third page, depending on what you did, we're going to do that one. Okay, make sure you've got it up the right way. And then we're just going to pop that one down into that bit there as well. This one's a little bit trickier because of the okay. That side. Make sure you've got that all stuck down nice. Okay. Now you've got your pages in. So we'll stick this pocket in. And we're going to do the same with this one. You can use tape if you use tape regularly. I just find it easier with the glue, to be honest. This is going to go in your front cover. So sort of get that in place. And level it up. So you've got that one. Then we're going to stick the pockets on. Now, as I was saying, these need to go into the middle. We ought to ink those really, hadn't we, before we put them on. And if you want notches in them or tabs on them or whatever you want to do with it, do that before you do this process. So we'll just ink those. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've inked up. Unfortunately, I did video it and I lost the bit of video that was that part. So I've gone ahead and I've gone and stuck them in. Now all you do is you just centre them onto your page so that you've got an equal border on your three sides, and that is how they will look. Just burnish them down nice and easy and pop those pockets in. So there you have your skeleton of your memory folder. So what we're going to do now is we're going to crease these into place. So what you need to do first is where you have your join mark, which is where your pages start, you just want to bring that up just a little bit. You don't want to crease it into place, you just want to bring it up so that it actually naturally bends it in that position. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start to roll this over. If you want to see what I'm doing, this is how we do it. So we're just going to get those two pieces and we're just going to roll them together like this. Now if you've got the grain of your paper in the right direction, it will do this easily. So you can make it as wide or as narrow as you want it to be. You want it so that your pages more or less sit equal with the front of your cover. So if you just feel your way with your rolling, you can see how far that goes back from your cover. Okay, so that's what it would look like. So when you've got that down, that's that side. And then with this side, this is what I meant by when I cut down the other piece. Now I cut this down by a ½ inch and mine still hangs over a little bit. It doesn't really matter or get in the way. So what you want to do is you've got about a 2-inch overlap for your front cover. And what we want to do there is we just want to bring that round so that this page is more or less where you're going to start to do your thing, your rolling. So we're going to roll it. I don't want it to crease. I just want to roll it in the right place. You need to come onto this the front cover flap a little bit more, so sort of more or less thumb width, and just hold it and just do that little roll in all the way down. Try not to crease it anywhere. It doesn't matter if you do, it all falls into place if you've got the grain properly. And there you have, you can work it, doesn't matter if it does crease, we're going to grunge this up anyway. And there you have the skeleton of your lovely memory folder. I'm so happy with the way these come together. It is quick. It's quite an easy project to actually do. You can decorate this however you want to. You can leave it plain like I did initially. I'm probably going to decorate that one up actually now. But yeah, so you can leave them plain, grunge it, vintage it, shabby chic it, do whatever you want with it. So we're going to grunge this up as best we can and we'll start using those beautiful papers. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I've inked all the way around. Love the way this looks just with ink on. It sort of has a leather look to it. It's got a few marks where, you know, the glue's been misplaced, and it's just really nice the way that it's come through. So I quite like that. I've decided what I'm going to do is I am going to do the front cover and the back. And I'm just going to add a few bits to the pockets, some more pockets to the pockets on the inside. The rest I'm going to leave. I am aware that the video is going on a little bit too long, so I'm going to get on and do it. I've sorted a few bits of papers that I've done already, and I have got my little tray with all my bits in that I wanted. I'd collected a few grungy bits, or what I think are grungy bits, I don't know. So I've sorted a few bits out here, which I'm going to hopefully try and use. And yeah, let's see. So what I'm going to do first is I had a look at how to do this cover. And what I've decided to do is I'm actually going to put a full sheet on, and I'm going to go right the way across. That wasn't my initial plan, but I'm going to go with it and just see. I didn't really want to have a join of the paper, but we're going to see if we can get around it anyway. So I'm going to glue that down. All I've done is taken a full sheet of paper and I've just inked around the edge. So we're going to glue that on and get started. So I'm going to use the collab just for quickness really, and obviously because it's a big piece I need to be able to have a bit of wiggle room with placement. Make sure I get it in the right place. Because we made this 8 3/4 high, there is quite a gap around this A4 sheet. So yeah, let's see how it goes anyway. Okay, so just going to pop that down there. So it's quite a big gap around it, but I don't mind that look, to be honest. Oops, stick it to me ephemera. This will bend as we bend the book cover back, so that'll be fine. Now on this bit, because I wanted to go all the way across, but I didn't want this join on this curve, so what I've decided to do is I'm going to add this bit onto there. I'm going to add this bit onto there, like so. just going to overlap it just a little bit so I get the same amount of border either way. And then because that's on there, I thought what I'd do is I'd pop this red. So I'm going to put a piece of sari silk, just, oh, I've got something on it, turn it over. So I'm just going to put a little piece of sari silk down there. Just want to cut that off there. Because I don't like the way that other piece ripped. Okay. So I'm just going to pop this on. I do love a bit of sari silk. It's just such a lovely material to work with. And I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac to stick that on, I think. Actually, I might just use this. I might use this. I love using this on fabric. I'm just getting plenty of it on down that line there. And hopefully we won't get much of a seep, because I do hate that about the glue, the wet glues that we tend to use. Hopefully we won't get much seepage through that. I don't mind the edges being loose. That's fine. Just want to cut those bits off. So that just makes that pop a little bit with that red. Let's move that out of the way. It's just the glue coming through the material. Okay, so we'll leave that to dry for a minute and we'll work on this side. So we're going to want something grungy on the front. Now I just need to see where my, just need to re-roll that a little just to get it to come across. So I just need to see where it comes to. So about in the middle of there. So we just need to avoid that area. And we'll do something on there, I think. Yeah. Okay. So we've got the cover coming over to about here. So we want to do something over this side. I really like the idea of a frame. Let's just see what we can put together. So I'll just cut these out of the, and I do like this woman here. That'll be on the top. I don't know. I'm trying to avoid this edge because that's where the curvature is. Let me just see where that curvature is. If we actually close it, then we'll get it in the right place, maybe. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I really have no clue with grunge. A number, maybe. I do love this though. This sort of eye. Eyeglass. number. I don't know. Should we just start sticking it on and see? I'm really not sure how to do this. Ooh. I only really want to do a bit because it's going to be used such a lot that I don't want to overdo it. I do love these papers. This pop is beautiful. I think we'll just start sticking because if we don't, I'm going to be here forever. I also want something though that goes on here. Don't know. Can't put that on. That's too big. That's a bit too modern, isn't it? Can't think of that one. Oh, could do with using some of these tiny tags, which is from the kit. Let's just say, I don't know. See, I like this, and I love this little clock. Okay, I'm going to just start sticking and seeing where it goes. If we succeed, we succeed. If we don't, we don't. I'll change from that glue to our glitter. It'll just be a little quicker. Should have got more. Okay, so I'm going to go about here. Sort of want it on this bit. I don't really want to cover that poppy up there. Now I like the idea of the frame, but I need to get rid of all that white. Maybe bring it in a little bit. Yeah, bring it in a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to put that down. Quite like that. Just see a little bit of white there. Okay. I do like this little photo. Now, none of this that I'm using at the moment is from the kit. I am going to try and incorporate some. I've got like these little tags here that I printed off. Quite like this one. And perhaps we could actually do that hole and stick a little bit of string in it. Maybe. Let's think about that just for a sec. So I've got butterflies, I've got numbers. I like these little bits. I do love them actually together. These are from the kit. All I've done is I've just printed some stuff out and I prefer the cutouts actually, although they're the same. No, I prefer the cutouts actually. I'm just going to ink a few bits up. I think I might just put some string in these. Maybe. And I might string those two together. Yeah, see, that's nice. I do like that. Let me see what I need to do for here. So I'm thinking maybe this with a flower here and a flower down there. So let's link those two up and get those on. Number, maybe a number. Yeah. Okay, let's get this lady on first. Maybe she needs to go behind. And a number. Oh, I wanted that behind there, didn't I? This is the trouble when you don't really know what you're doing. And I don't know what I'm doing. Just want to crunch that a little more. Oh well, it's got to stay there now. I'm going to put this here. So let's just do that one. And let's do that one. I want to put that up the other way though, like so. I think it needs something across there. And I do love this. Oh, I quite like that. Let's do that. The trouble is when I've got too much choice, I like everything. How's that looking? I don't know what to think, really. I love these little clocks. I don't use them enough, to be honest. Oh yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? I need to find a word that I can put on. Does that need that, do you think? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Upside down. Right, wait. Oh well, I've actually covered up the frame, probably. I don't think that will fit on there. I'd like to get that on. Yeah, I would like to put this butterfly on. Let's just have a quick look at placement. Yeah, and the video is going on a bit too long, I think. So I'm going to have to get a movie on. It doesn't matter actually if it goes across that bit. I could do with a word. I want a word. I wonder if you could just put that down. And I could put something behind that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I want the smallest ones just to edge those corners. Give that a bit of a inking. What should we put behind? I could use a bit of book page. Use a bit of book page, and what else can we use? You want to make sure that these have enough glue. So this, what about, I don't know, that's a 6. No, too big. No, this is very hard. I'm not succeeding very well. I quite like that though. So let's just glue those on. I need to lift that up just a little. Let's just glue those on just a sec before we stick it to each other. Yeah, again, because it's on the bend, just make sure that you've got enough glue. And then I'm just going to open it up. Okay, so we've got a little bit of grunge going on the front. What should we do on the back? Maybe we can stick this here. We've got a nice, what butterfly did I put on the front? He's nice though, isn't he? I quite like that. We could keep another number for the front somewhere. Yeah, let's do that one. And then I decided I was going to put some pockets, some extra pockets on the inside. And I've made those out of some of the file folders from the kit. Sorry, I didn't put my thing back in, my glue. Okay, I'll just go out in a sec. Where's my pin gone? There you are. And then we want to stick this, no, we want to stick this on next, don't we? No, it's still not coming out. Oh, don't you just hate that about art glitter? Sort of want to stick that in an odd way. This one's already inked. Let me see if I can unblock my glue. It's frustrating. That's better. There we go. Then it's the butterfly. Yeah, so I made some file folders from the kit into pockets, and I'm going to stick those to the front of the inside pocket, but that's all I'm going to do on the inside. I mean, you could go mad with these things, to be honest. This glue is doing my head in. Until you get that piece out that's dried, you've had it. There we go. I wanted to touch that number. And then maybe we stick. No, too big. I've got another number anywhere. No, let's see if I've got a number in my bucket. Something small, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's okay. It's small enough. Now, all you grunges out there are probably looking, thinking, what is she doing? And I can honestly say, I don't know. Because I've never done anything grungy, I don't think. I mean, I think the only thing that I have done, and it's not really grunge, was the insect journal that I did. Is it entomology? And that was probably as grungy as I've ever gone. So this has been a bit of a challenge. Probably don't do this actually with the numbers, do you put them all together? I'm not sure. I've looked at lots of things, but that dry. Oh, I quite like that. I think you sort of need, I don't know whether I need anything else on the front. I've got some numbers, so I've got my label. I actually think that's enough. What do you think? Is it grunged? I think it is. Anyway, we could put something on here though, couldn't we? Maybe just a butterfly. Maybe a light coloured butterfly. I like him. Hi, sorry about that. My video stopped. I am aware that this has gone on a little bit too long, so I am just going to finish off. I did just undo this and just stick this piece of red underneath, just to make this red pop. I know it's supposed to be grungy, but I'm not sure whether that makes it grungy or not. I'm hoping that I've done some sort of justice to the grunge. I love the back. I do quite like that. I think that's cool. All I did in the inside was put these extra pockets on, and all they are is the little file folders that come with the kit. I printed 2 to a page, and they're exactly the right size for this size pocket. So I printed them out, cut it out, and then I've just glued either side to make the pocket, and then I've glued it on there on the 3 sides to make that. And then, so that means you've got this big expandable pocket here, you've got a pocket at the back, and then you've got a pocket in the middle. And they can just be used for whatever. I haven't done any more inside because I just don't think it's going to warrant having anything else on the inside. I do love the cover. It's really come out nice. I've added the elastic, and as you can see, I've just added it just in front of your join line. All I did was measured halfway, marked it, put a thing in, and obviously added the elastic. I'm sure you all know how to do that. And when it's together, you have lots and lots of room to expand on this, so you can get absolutely loads in here. On the other one, I just will show you because I just haven't had the time to do it on this. I think I was just over ambitious with the project, but I did have a book. Now I will be putting a book in this one. I just haven't got one made up. So I'm just going to pop that in. I put it on elastic. So all I did was I moved all the pages, marked my 2 ends, and stuck it in the back like that. On Sam's one, she literally just stuck it to the back of there. So she stuck this part of the book signature onto here. So you can do it either way. I absolutely love them. I think they're great. You can get quite a bit in. I mean, there's loads more room in that yet. I can get loads more in there easily. So I'm quite happy with the way it's come out. I hope you've enjoyed the project. I'm sorry it was a little over ambitious really for a collaboration, but I'm either all in or all out. So I just hope that you've enjoyed it, and I've done the grunge theme a little bit of justice, maybe. I like it, let's put it that way, and that's all that really matters. So I hope you give it a go. They are fabulous for just putting stuff in. If you could use it as an ephemera folder, you could use it as a memory folder, you could use it for photographs, you could use it for absolutely anything you want. It's a storage file. That's all it is. But I like it as a memory file folder, and I just think it's a fantastic idea. You could put years on this. So if you did one for each year, fabulous, great idea. So have a go. If you do tag on the tag, which is JJII out with a bang, and we can all enjoy your remakes of whatever we do. Go along and see all the other collaborators. There is some fabulous collaborators coming up. I'm sure they'll do all amazing. And yeah, enjoy. So take care, and I'll see you soon.